There's one tiny word in Chinese that has confused more learners than anything else in the language. One syllable, two strokes, le, and almost everyone learns it wrong, including probably you, because somewhere someone told you that it means past tense. This is Ian 老师, and this is The Logic of Chinese, the grammar series. Last episode, we learned that Chinese verbs never change for time. Not for past, not for present, not for future. There's no tense on the verb at all. So, if there's no tense, what is le even doing there? Because it looks exactly like a past tense ending. Let's take it apart. Here's why everyone falls for it. Look at the sentence. 我吃了饭. You will see it translated as I ate, past tense. So your brain makes a deal. Le equals ed. Le equals past tense. Easy. The problem is that deal falls apart the moment you look at one more sentence. Let me show you. If le means past tense, then it should be impossible to use it about the future, right? Past and future are opposites. But Chinese does this all the time. 明天我吃了饭就去. Tomorrow after I have eaten, I will go. 明天, tomorrow. This hasn't happened yet. It's in the future. And yet there's le sitting right there. So le cannot mean past. A past tense marker can't show up in a sentence about tomorrow. The theory is that we need a better one. And here's the other half of the proof. If le were past tense, then every past sentence would need it. But it doesn't. 以前我每天去学校. I used to go to school every day. This is clearly the past. 以前, in the past. But there's no le anywhere. Not one. So now we have a word that shows up in the future and disappears from the past. That is the exact opposite of how a tense marker behaves. Whatever le is doing, it has nothing to do with when. So here's the truth. Le doesn't tell you when something happens. It tells you the action is complete. It happened, it got done, it came to pass. Linguists has a name for this. It's called aspect, not tense. Tense is about when on the timeline. Aspect is about the state of the action itself. Is it done, ongoing, something you have experienced? Le is the one that says done. And here's why everybody mixes up. In English, completed and past feel like the same thing. Because most things you have completed did happen in the past. But they are two different questions, and Chinese only ever answers the second one. English asks, when did it happen? Chinese le asks, did it happen? That's why it works for tomorrow. 明天我吃了饭就去. Tomorrow, once the eating is done, I will go. The completion is in the future, but it's still completion. The word was consistent all along. It was our translation that was lying. One thing to file away now, because it will save you a headache later. Everything I have said applies to the le that sits right after the verb. 吃了饭, 买了书. There's a second le that lives at the very end of a sentence, and it is not doing this job at all. Don't try to make completed fit that one. It won't, and it isn't supposed to. That le gets its own episode next time. Here's a clue that will help you feel it. Le goes with one specific event that actually happened. It does not go with habits. Compare 我每天吃苹果. I eat apples every day. 我昨天吃了一个苹果. Yesterday I ate one apple. The first one is a habit. Something you do over and over. No single event to complete. So no le. In fact, you can't add it. 我每天吃了苹果 is simply wrong. The second one is one particular event with a definite amount. 一个 one apple, eaten. That's exactly what le attaches to. And you don't always need a number. 他走了, he left, takes the with nothing accounted at all, because living is complete all by itself. The number isn't the rule, so when you are unsure whether to use the, ask yourself, did this one particular thing actually happen? If yes, the belongs there. If you are describing a habit, a general truth, or something still going on, leave it out. So let's bury the myth for good. The is not ed. It's not past tense. We proved it. The shows up in the future and vanishes from the past. What the actually does is tell you the action is complete. That's aspect, not tense. A different question entirely, not when did it happen, but did it happen. And the reason this matters so much is that once you stop forcing the to be past tense, you stop making the number one mistake learners make, sticking the onto every past sentence and wondering why it sounds wrong to native speakers. You don't need the to talk about the past. You need it to say something got done. Those are not the same thing. But here is the twist. There are actually two le's in Chinese. The one we met today sits right after the verb and marks completion. There's a second le that sits at the end of a sentence, and it does something completely different. It doesn't mark completion at all. It marks change. Things are different now. 下雨了, it wasn't raining, and now it is. That's next episode. Once you can tell the two le's apart, you will understand something most learners stay confused about for years. This is Yan 老师, and this is the Logic of Chinese Grammar Series. Enjoy your studies. See you next time. 再见。